is because you need an attitude adjustment. Okay, favor, could you place the handcuffs on him, please? Hello, how are you doing today?
Good, and you?
Oh, I'm doing great. Why do you think you're here?
For a compliance hearing for criminal positive.
All right. And what else?
And that should be it.
Well, let me just tell you the report I'm receiving on you. All right. And this is what the probation officer is saying to me about you. And how old are you?
20.
All right, you're 20. Since obtaining the probationer's case, when they say probationer, they're talking about you. He has shown zero to very minimal effort regarding his probation. The probationer has had issues reporting on time, reporting for field visits, testing positive for cocaine and meth, and enrolling or providing proof of employment for any remaining court-ordered programs. The probationer and I have had several discussions regarding his actions and how or what we can do to get back on track, really stressing the small actions, such as simply calling this probation officer within 24 hours after an attempted field visit or taking accountability for his action. The probationer appears to continue to struggle to grasp the severity of his circumstances and what he can do to grow and move forward with his life and the lessons he can learn on his probation path. That's the report that I have on you. The report tells me you are doing nothing, zero, nada. Why are you doing nothing on this probation in this court other than using drugs?
I have attended 2 out of the 4 classes, and we have had.
No, they say you don't even call in.
Probably when they come for a field visit.
Yeah, they say you're not doing the simplest of things. And what I can tell you is you've had 3 motions to revoke in this court. So, and I know that each time you came before me, I've told you that you're looking at up to 10 years in the prison. Deputy Laura, could you do me a favor? Could you place the handcuffs on him, please? Each time you come before me, I know I've told you you're looking at doing 10 years in prison. Obviously, your mother is not laying down the law with you at home. They say that you keep saying that you work with your mom, but you don't provide any proof. I can tell you right now, I'm not going to allow you to work with your mom because I don't know if your mom is actually having you work with her. So you are going to ISF. And the reason why I'm sending you to ISF is because you need an attitude adjustment. You understand? Now, if you don't want to sign to go to ISF, you don't have to sign for it. What will end up happening is a motion to revoke will be filed. So which would you prefer?
ISF, Your Honor.
All right. So he wants to go to ISF, and if you could put him in ISF cognitive.
Your Honor, so we, the recommendation was for local ISF.
Okay.
He did complete the state ISF.
Okay.
Are you?
Well, if the recommendation is local, we can go with the local.
Okay.
Has he been drug tested?
He's on a drug patch, Your Honor.
All right. All right. So you're going to go to local ISF. This is the last time we're going to have this conversation with you following rules. Obviously, your mom is not laying down the law with you. So you are not going to be allowed to work with your mom. You're going to have to get a job with a different employer, because if you get a job with a different employer, that employer, if you don't report, they're not going to pay you. They're not going to call the court and say, oh, yeah, he reported for work if you did not. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Do you want to go to prison?
No, Your Honor.
All right. If you want to go to prison, I will get an attorney appointed to you and you can go to prison and I'll send you to prison. How old are you?
20 years old.
All right. You're 20. You're going to have to start doing better. Do you have children?
No.
That's a good thing. Probation, this is serious. And I hope I'm getting your attention because we're not going to have a conversation again where you're not doing anything. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, is there anything else you need to be successful on this probation?
No, it shouldn't be.
All right. Do not come back here again where you are not doing anything. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
I keep an open mind on everything, but we are not going to have any more compliance hearings with you. If I get a report and it appears that everything is in order, a motion to revoke is going to be filed. When a motion to revoke is filed, what ends up happening is a warrant is issued for your arrest and you will be picked up wherever you may be. You could be at the grocery store in the middle of checking out or have already checked out. You know what's going to happen? Those groceries are going to be put to the side and they're going to take you to jail. If you are at home, they're going to pick you up and take you to jail. If you're in the middle of watching a movie and you're at the part where they're about to solve everything, guess what? If they pick you up during that time, you're going to miss what happens. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
In this court, probation is serious. In this court, communication is key. And probation officers know that I like for them to communicate with people. And that's why they put in here that they've had several discussions with you regarding your actions. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Good luck to you. In attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We are, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Mr. Henderson takes full responsibility. He's pled guilty before this court and wants to put all this behind him. He's very anxious to put this behind him.
All right. The court will find you guilty. The court will take in consideration grand jury number 803269, JN number 2136760, NIMAG number 714598. Sentence you to 1 year in the state jail facility and give you credit for any time served. If you would like, I can refer you to the therapeutic community. It does not increase the length of time that you're in custody, but if you have a drug problem, it will help you with that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, we can go off the record. How old are you?
I'm 41.
All right, you're 41 years old. Are your parents still in your life?
Yes, ma'am.
And how old is your mom?
She got to be 60.
All right. Does your mom love you?
Yes, ma'am.
You're breaking her heart.
That's what I'm trying to get this past so I can get back to her.
So, but when you say get it past you, you've got to work on it.
Mm-hmm.
You got to stop using drugs because otherwise what will end up happening is drugs damage your body inside and outside. You don't want to be that person where there's somebody found dead in San Antonio and people trying to identify the body and your mom learns on social media that it's you. Because the last time you use could be the last time you use. When you go into custody, nobody likes being in custody. And they always say, when I get out, I'm never going to do this again. But then the first thing they get out, maybe they're good for a couple of days, maybe not. Maybe they say, ooh, I'm celebrating, I'm out. The first thing you need to do is go to AA meetings or NA meetings. And if there's anybody in your life who are trying to stop you from going to AA or NA meetings saying, well, you don't have to go today. Let's play some dominoes. You don't have to go today. Let's go hang out at the park. You need to cut them loose because the number one thing in your life should be your sobriety. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have children?
No, ma'am.
All right, that's good. Get your life together.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, after reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Does anyone know? Because from what I read in the police report, it says that the vehicle was stolen.
I'm still charged. He had been making payments on it.
I was buying it, but I didn't know it was stolen. I was making
and so
payments.
they never went further on
Okay.
it.
All right. Anything you wish to say, Mr. Fredwell?
No, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Fredwell, it appears that you have a drug problem. So if you want, I can refer you to the therapeutic community. It does not increase the length of time that you are in prison, but they may be able to help you with your drug issue.
Your Honor, Mr. Fretwell, yes, he does have a drug problem. He picked up a case pending this one
Mhm.
in Williamson County. He's already been sentenced to 3 years on that. He was in TDC and brought back to handle this case.
Okay.
So he's already been,
I've been in there for 8 months.
and so we believe he is getting some treatment and he's looking.
Are you receiving treatment at the prison?
Yes, ma'am.
Mhm. All right, then I'll put therapeutic community. I want this case to stop you from getting treatment. Court will find you guilty, sentence you to 2 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served, and the court will recommend the therapeutic community. Go off the record. How old are you, Mr. Fretwell?
52,
All right, how long have you been using?
a long time.
All right, so here's the thing. You are going to have to make sure that you stop using. I read in the police report you were talking about your mom. Is your mom still alive? All right, and I'm sure your mom loves you, right? Stop breaking her heart. So when you go to the prison, you're saying that they're already giving you treatment there. Continue with it. Be actively participating, internalize it. When you are released from prison, I know people are excited because they're released. You're probably going to run to your mom, tell her how sorry you are, and it's never going to happen again. You got to remember prison. You got to remember your treatment. And the first thing you need to do when you get out of prison is go to an NA or AA meeting and keep it up. And if somebody tries to dissuade you from going, and by that I mean, if you have a scheduled standing appointment with AA and they say, well, let's just stop and have lunch. You can do AA tomorrow. You can do it this afternoon. That person, you got to cut them loose, because everybody from here on out who's in your life, when you tell them you have an AA or NA meeting, and if it's at noon or 8 a.m. every day, that person should be saying, oh, do you need a ride to your class? Not, let's just stop and have breakfast. You can go late, because that causes you to backslide. The last thing you want to be is the person in Bexar County and somebody's trying to identify your body, and then they tell your mom that you passed. You understand? Last time you use could be the last time you use. All right. Good luck to you.